afternoon, everyone. Welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. My name is Carolyn, and I am your host, and I totally forgot my spiel. Today is November 20th, 2024. When I try and look at my notes, it all goes out the window. I'm so excited to be back with you all this week. We had a fantastic week last week at Boot Camp 1.0. I can't even believe that November is almost over, and the end of the season, the end of the year is that much closer. So I hope you've all had a great year, and I hope you're all looking forward to the Thanksgiving holiday next week. In the spirit of Thanksgiving and 3 years with KHM, I wanted to give you all a little bit of an update as to what you will see in 2025 with the show in its fourth year. So as we enter the fourth year, the format's going to change a little bit. We're going to be doing the show twice a month, which isn't that much less than actually what we are doing it now, because almost once a month we have an event that we end up missing. So we're at 2 times a month next year, and we are so excited. The format's going to change a little bit. So we're going to invite some of my friends, some of my favorite industry partners, and some of our agents to join me each week for a really fun conversation, kind of a roundtable where we'll talk travel stories, what's going on in the news, and kind of get everyone's take on that. So the format's going to change a little bit, but we hope you'll still tune in and join us. Hello, everyone. So great to see you. Keep those cruises by Mandy. Mandy, how are you? It's been forever since I saw you. Anyways, we're super excited. So switching gears real quick before we get into our fantastic guests today. And yes, you heard it, guests, because we had a surprise guest come into the office today. Hey guys, just a heads up, if you haven't seen it, Spirit has filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is a prearranged event. So keep an eye out on your clients. I personally don't think you're going to see any impact right now with holiday travel, but in the new year, I think we're going to see it because they're in cost cutting, they're in restructuring, and that's when we're going to start to see routes and things like that change. So just keep your eye out. If your clients are flying Spirit this holiday season, and certainly the first part of the year, be aware of those changes and have a plan in place if it does impact your clients. So be ready. All right, you guys, are you ready? I'm so excited. We knew guest number one was going to be here today, but we didn't know guest number 2 was going to be here. So please welcome Bentlie Logan and Justin French from Carnival Cruise Line. Happy Thanksgiving. Look at these.
Hey, where's your hat, Carolyn?
Don't you? Well, okay. I do have a hat, but you know, Bentlie, we're used to seeing you at events with the big Carnival hat. So when I knew you were coming on today, I had to pull out mine. Now it's not Carnival, but it is fairly festive.
I like the
I love it. The turkey hat. So I don't know. I'm going to keep it on as long as Justin keeps on the blue, even though it's cutting off the circulation.
Cutting off the circulation, my big head. Yes, thank you.
We awesome. Love our hats.
Yeah.
We sure do.
Well, you know, I think a hat makes everything better. But before we get started talking about all of the amazing things happening at Carnival, let's talk about Thanksgiving. What are your plans?
Well, my plans are first and foremost, Justin, how long do I microwave a turkey?
You don't. Either go to someone's house who's cooked one, or follow the instructions.
Are you sure?
Positive.
If I defrost it, I think I could microwave
Your micro will probably blow up by the time the turkey's finished.
Well, it depends. Yeah. With that news, I'll probably go to someone else's house and have them cook for me.
Perfect. That's great. And Justin, you live in Canada. So what happens for you?
So I get to celebrate 2 Thanksgivings. So I had mine middle of October. I joke that the Pilgrims stopped in Canada on my way down south, but the great thing is I have a lot of time to catch up on things while my American friends are taking Thursday and Friday off. So
yes, that's always nice when it's quiet. I have to say I was in the office last week for boot camp. Bentlie, we of course saw you there, and some of the younger folks in the office had never made a turkey before. And I kept telling them, you can do this, you can do this. It's so intimidating because I feel like we all grew up thinking that a turkey took 12 hours to cook, and that whoever was making that turkey was up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing it. When I made my first turkey, I was surprised at the fact that I was not up when it was still dark. And then it does not take 12 hours to cook a turkey. if you cook it 12 hours, it's no longer a turkey.
It's
So
it's cardboard.
Does the air fryer?
intimidating.
Can you think I could
Yep.
put it in the air fryer? Or?
If
You
it's a
could
small
do
turkey, a
Yeah.
bit Cornish
That's
turkey.
more like a Cornish hen.
Yeah.
But it's not as intimidating of a meal
No,
as
it
I
isn't.
think we grew up thinking it was. So I tell everyone, try it once, find a great recipe, and because I find it very heartwarming, comforting. It's like that's my favorite day to cook because it's just everyone's still sleeping and the smells are there, and I kind of do my thing with the dog hanging by my feet. I love it. It's a fantastic day.
Do you go stuffing or no stuffing?
Stuffing inside
Okay.
the bird.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Inside the bird. Yep. Okay, but anyways, let's get down to Carnival. Bentlie, you hosted your first social media seminar at sea with KHM just a few weeks ago. What were your big takeaways?
Oh my gosh. Well, first and foremost, my biggest takeaway was I had a lot of agents come on who hadn't been on Carnival in either, 20 years or just had never been on Carnival before, which I love. I love introducing the brand to everybody or reintroducing the brand. There's those old preconceived notions. And every time I turned around the corner, one of them would stop me and say, Bentlie, this is incredible. I'm wowed by it. I think if you're in the Facebook group, the Carnival Cruise Line, KHM Travel Group, Facebook group, you saw there was a lot of testimonials on there about the experience and how fun it was. But I think my biggest takeaway was the opportunity to either reintroduce or introduce agents back to the brand of Carnival and really show them what the fun is about.
Nice.
Well, and there's so much fun. I mean, just the game shows alone that are on board, which are like my favorite thing. That is social media content for miles and miles and miles of social media content there. And then you've got all the onboard activities that I just think it's a very easy brand to get on and promote.
Yeah. And there's something, I think the biggest thing a lot of them realize is there's something for everybody on Carnival. That was kind of like the big takeaway was, is there a space for me if I want a calm and relaxing vacation? And there is. So that was a good time. We also had, we had a lot of weddings on board our sailing. And so me and my buddy Rachel, tracked down one of the brides and made sure that she was on the Love and Marriage show with her now husband. And the newlyweds always, they do so well on those shows.
Yes.
Hopefully everything's working out for them so
Hopefully
far.
they're still married.
Yeah, hopefully they're still
That's
married.
awesome.
But they went on the show 4 hours after marriage, and it was fun.
That's awesome. Well, Justin, Cruise World was just last week. I think that was last week. Maybe it was the week
It was
before.
2
I'm
weeks
losing
ago,
track
yeah.
of time. And I just recently watched an interview with Christine Duffy, and she was talking about everything that is new and coming out. And the number of ships is astounding. So my question to you is, can you share a little bit about what's coming? And then Bentlie, I have a follow-up for you.
Sure. Yeah, it is super exciting time to be selling cruises, work for this company, and be partners with folks like yourselves at KHM. So we've taken delivery of, believe it or not, 6 new ships since 2019. Retired 2, actually retired 4, but we're adding another 7. So 2 of them we're absorbing from P&O Cruises in March. So they're becoming, P&O Australia is becoming part of Carnival Cruise Line. So we'll be the largest cruise line in Australia with 4 ships. But what's even more exciting is XL4, XL5 are coming, 27 and 28. And those are the sisters to Mardi Gras, Jubilee, and Celebration. Those ships have been so successful that we just had to build more. And then what's super exciting is we've announced the next class of ship. We're calling them Ace Class for now. And Ace 1, 2, 3, they're coming in 29, 31, and 33. And those ships are roughly 40% larger than XL class. So those are 230,000 tons, just under 8,000 guests at full occupancy. So it's super exciting that Carnival is getting all these brand new ships for the North American market. And I think, the moral of the story is the pent-up demand is still there. We still are a very small industry by comparison to land-based destinations. I always like to use the statistic that 36 million people cruise today, annually on every cruise line, and 75 million people go to Orlando. So when people say, how are you going to fill all these big ships? Watch us, because
Right.
once they're built, we fill them. And it's partners like yourselves that do such a great job qualifying the people, putting the right person on the right product. You've got a happy customer and a customer for life, quite honestly, and so do we.
Does that blow your mind when you think of 29, 31, and 33? I mean, I have a hard enough time giving our event team dates for 26. I'm like, and to think that far out, there has to be challenges there.
There is, and the team, the new build team is incredible, and you got to think about all the logistics of design and the construction. And when you think that every shipyard in the world is full right now building ships, so that's why we're building so far out, is because that's when space becomes available.
Secure the space.
Get our name on the blocks there. Mm-hmm. So it's super exciting, and I think it's a great news story, not only for us but also for the industry. And when you think about, we're now open for sale till April of 2027, so you can book a Carnival cruise almost 3 years out. Like, it's amazing to me. And the further we book out, the more business we get on the books, and the more opportunity it is to sell Carnival. And as you mentioned earlier, Carnival is very accessible. Most of our ships are here 24/7 from one of our North American home ports, and roughly 50% of the U.S. population lives within a 5-hour drive of a Carnival ship.
Wow.
So you pack the family up in the minivan and drive to the port, park your car, and enjoy this amazing vacation.
Yeah. Bentlie, one of the cool things that's coming out is Celebration Key, and I can see in our chat we have a couple questions about it. Tell us a little bit about it. And I know Mandy's asking, are we still on target for July?
Yeah, we're definitely still on target for July. It's so exciting. We now have a total of 750 itineraries open for sale today for Celebration Key. That's 18 different ships out of 10 home ports. So it's going to be absolutely massive. If you haven't heard enough about Celebration Key, I'll give you a little quick 60-second synopsis. There's going to be 5 different portals to Celebration Key. It will be able to hold 13,000 guests at one time. Each of those portals have many different features. We have the Starfish Lagoon, which is going to be our lagoon for our littlest cruisers with a beachfront area. The beach itself spans over a mile long. Additionally, we'll have Calypso Lagoon, which is the adult-friendly lagoon area. So we're kind of trying to separate the families from the adults a little bit. We also have Lacono Cove, which is our retail portal. My favorite part that I love to talk about Celebration Key is that we partnered with the local Bahamian government. We will have all local Bahamian workers in Celebration Key. What that means is we are supporting the local economy in the Bahamas, but it also means that we're going to have some of those artisanal goods that you would see in other areas of the Bahamas, which is very nice. The Lacono Cove will have lots of different retail shopping areas. You can get anything from your traditional straw baskets to diamond rings if you want. Absolutely incredible. We have Paradise Plaza. That's the entry portal to Celebration Key. That's going to serve as our navigation area to figure out where you want to go on the island. And I have had a lot of questions. Are there going to be trams and stuff to bring us around the island? Yes, there will. It's quite a large, vast area. And additionally, we have the Pearl Cove Beach Club, which is going to be the adult-only area that is going to have an 11,000-gallon pool. So not quite as large as the lagoons. Yeah. However, 11,000-gallon pool is actually quite massive. It'll be an infinity pool overlooking the private beach area that the adult-only portal will have. Additionally, a swim-up bar, a DJ, and a very vast amounts of restaurants. There will be 30 in total bars and restaurants all over the island. So long lines are not going to be an issue for us. There's going to be a lot of what we call fast casual restaurants with food included, but there's also going to be full service for people who want a little bit more of an elevated experience. Additionally, there's going to be bars all throughout the island. And don't worry, I asked, there will be bars in Starfish Lagoon, so you won't have to parent sober or aunt. I like to say you won't have to aunt sober. That's where you'll find me in Starfish Lagoon with my nephew. But there's a lot. Stay tuned. More information is coming out every day. Make sure you're in that Carnival KHM Facebook group. Make sure you're paying attention to the portal on the agent access portal, all of that. More details are coming out every day.
Yeah, but the first
So you,
July
sorry, go
19th,
ahead.
the very first.
July 19th.
Vista will call
Okay.
on their July 19th. Yeah.
Okay. So Bentley, you just rattled off like so many things with no notes in front of you, absolutely no notes in front of you, which is impressive. So as a business development manager, how do you keep all of that straight? And then what have you found are the best outlets for you to be able to share all of that with travel agents?
It's a perfect question. I'm glad you asked. We have a lot of resources to provide for the agents when it comes to starting to sell Celebration Key. The first one I'll point out is going to be in Go CCL. To get yourself familiar with Celebration Key, obviously I speak a lot about Celebration Key, so that's why it comes off so naturally. But we have a lot of resources where you can get more acquainted. On Go CCL, you can go to the destination tab, and under that tab, there's a specific landing page for Celebration Key. Not only do you have all of our marketing resources, you'll have our Celebration Key logo, backgrounds, videos. You'll even have made to copy social media posts. You don't even have to originate these social media posts on your own. You can certainly copy and paste from that resource. Additionally, there is a landing page that you can share with clients. On that page, it directs them to their travel agent. So the call to action will immediately tell them to reach out to their travel agent. The only reason they would have access to that landing page is through you. So that's something that you can share on your social media platforms to make sure that your clients know to get all the information. If you haven't seen it, it's a fantastic platform. It really lays out all of the portals and what your guests can do while they're on Celebration Key, and really kind of plant that seed. I think what Carnival has done with the island and the plans are really incredible, really taking what's perfect from every other island destination and bringing it into one. So if you're not taking advantage of those marketing resources, please do so, because it's definitely going to help grow your business. Right now, I'm hearing a lot of chatter from my top producers saying that this may be the best private destination in the industry so far.
Not maybe, will be.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So take advantage of those resources. First and foremost, get yourself acquainted, educate yourself, make sure you can talk about it. There's all of that on there for you.
That's awesome. Heading into 2025, Justin, what has you most excited?
Oh gosh, there's so many things happening at Carnival. You know, obviously Celebration Key is the one that we're looking forward to so much. But, you know, I think that we have to plant the seed for the future. We think about, we won't have new hardware in 25 and 26. That's all coming in 27 beyond. We have to kind of stay up with demand, make sure we protect pricing. Obviously, if we can continue to raise pricing, that's in the best interest for us all. And it's really just talking about, I always tell travel advisors, just sell more cruises. We'll get our fair share. Because the reality is there's the right cruise for everybody. Do I think anyone could be a Carnival guest? Absolutely. But in reality, people migrate to different products. That's why we own 8 other cruise lines within the Carnival umbrella. But I think that there's no better form of travel when you think about satisfaction, quality, value, and convenience. And it's just, you know, certainly we're looking forward to Crystal too. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. And that's always a great time. But I think that there's so many consumers out there that need to understand why the cruise is the right choice of vacation for them. And that's why all of you out there, thousands of you at KHM, you're our brand ambassadors. You tell our story. You're where the rubber meets the road. We have a big marketing machine, but we're not in the little areas of the Chamber of Commerce and the local churches where that's where you all perform at your best. And, you know, I just think, keep talking about cruises. There's lots of hardware. Everyone's got new ships coming. There's so many new ships. There's 62 new ships coming between now and 2029 or something. So it's incredible how much opportunity there is to be selling cruises and be in this industry and to be a travel advisor. I was telling Bentlie, I was at a dinner the other night, and you know, this person said to me, "Oh, is travel agency a big business?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's massive." I said, "And why would you ever not want to use a travel advisor? They're going to be your best resource. They're going to tell you what's the right product for you based on what you like to do on vacation. You don't have to pay them. You know, like it's so incredible to me that there's still people out there that don't understand the value. And that's why we always talk about why use a travel advisor, because you're the best resource, and you're also the fastest growing channel here at Carnival Cruise Line. So thank you for all you do.
In my personal travel business, I don't often have the opportunity to talk to people who have never cruised before, right? A lot of my clients are repeaters. They've been doing this for many years. And I actually had a client last night. We had drinks, and I've booked travel for them before, but never a cruise. And we were going through the different options that they were thinking about for spring break, right? March. And she said, or a cruise. And I said, well, I'm just going to stop you right there. Like, this, I think, for your timing would be really great. And I get to share with them like what cruising is all about, and the joys that we've had as a family on these ships. And they've got kids that are the same age as my kids. And, you know, it was just so exciting for the first time in a long time to be able to have that sort of conversation with first time cruisers. And then the husband says, so should we get like planning like after Christmas? And I said, oh, no. Like now. You're actually late. Like we're going to have to see what's available.
We should have this conversation like 10 months ago.
Exactly.
Yes. And he was like, really? And I'm like, it's the hottest ticket out there. And especially when you need more than one room, I can find you one. Two next to each other with kids, that's a little bit harder. So, but it was so invigorating to have that new to cruise conversation again, and just be able to like lay it all out there for them and talk about some of the things that they thought they knew about cruising.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about not only about Carnival in general, but about cruising for sure. And once people go on a cruise, they are hooked. I mean, let's face it. I was on a sailing a few weeks ago with about 250 travel advisors, but 80% have never been on Carnival before. And their minds were blown about how the quality of the food, the service, the ship, you know, they'd all been thinking of Carnival maybe 25, 30 years ago. And we're like, we're just not the same company that we are today. And it clearly shows. And, you know, we're going to be 6.3 million guests this year. And, you know, we were the first cruise line to carry over 100 million guests not that long ago, but we couldn't have done that without all of you. I mean, it is the partnership of travel advisors is so paramount to our business, probably more than any other form of travel. It's because it's a complex, in some cases, it's a complex vacation experience if you've not done it before. And
absolutely,
you need someone to be your advocate. You need someone to call if you've got questions. You need someone to say, yes, this is your product. And I can assure you when you come back, you can't wait to book again. So
couldn't agree more.
Exciting times. Yeah. Oh, and our booking window right now is about 9 months.
Yeah.
So average booking window is about 9 months. So to your point, the sooner the better. If someone's thinking about it, even for 26 and 27, book it now.
Yeah, I'm working late tonight. That's for sure for March. Bentlie, going into 2025, you know, you've been in this role. Has it been a year yet?
Not yet. February will be a year.
Okay, so we're almost at that 1 year mark. What are you looking forward to in 2025?
You know, I'm looking forward to more conversations with KHMers. I always feel that people sometimes are nervous to reach out, and I'm here to say, no, don't be nervous. Let's talk about it. You know, I am always getting, I'm sorry I bothered you, or I know you're busy, and yes, I am busy, but I'm not busy enough for you. So I'm hoping for more relationships and more connections with you all. I mean, that's what this business is about. It's about connecting and hopefully turning that into a friendship. You know, I speak about my mom being a travel agent, and there's a BDM named Maria. I've known her for a long time because she's my mom's BDM for Carnival for the last 20 years. You build those relationships. So I'm looking forward to more one-on-one time with my KHMers.
Nice.
That's perfect. Nice. You guys, thank you so much. I know you were in the office today for different reasons, different celebrations, but to have you both here is such a treat. Justin, thanks for joining last minute.
Yeah,
it is an absolute perfect surprise. Happy Thanksgiving to you both, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What a fun treat to have both of them in the office today. So thank you, Justin and Bentley. Thank you to all of our sponsors who've continued to support this show for the last 3 years. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I will be with my family and prepping for the big day, stuffing my turkey, not the day in advance. No, I won't be doing that. So we'll be back here on December 4th. So everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And don't forget, if you can support your local food banks, please do so. Have a great day, everyone, and happy selling.